Hello everybody, welcome back. It's Wednesday, March 31st. Welcome to Swamp Donkey Gardening, where we do a whole lot of gardening, a little DIYing, some repurposing, and we have a whole lot of fun. Today we want to go over the weather, our new light growing system. We want to go over talk a little bit more about compost, some trees, and then at the end of the episode we got some more things. So stick around for what we got there. But if I had an intro, this is where it'd be. So it'd be like, bum, 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 bum. Welcome to the farming channel. Yeah. No. All right. But anyhow, today we want to, like I said, it's Wednesday, March 31st. It's right around 9:30, 10 o'clock. Yeah, maybe it's a little later. I got a bunch of work up here in the grow room done. Didn't do much outside. It was pretty wintry out today. It didn't snow, but it could have. It felt cold enough to snow, but it rained pretty much most of the morning. Yeah, I guess into the afternoon. I mean, it looked like it was nice out at like 5 o'clock, but it wasn't nice out. It was cold. The wind was shitty. Sorry about that. But anyhow, like I said, we got a 3-tier light system. I don't have the light down right here, the one that's above me here. That goes down here with these fellas. They're my Roman tomatoes. They're doing pretty good here. I guess we could talk about real quick here. The seed potato looks like it's rotten, but it's not. That's exactly what you want. That's about 4 days of just sitting in the open, and I just put them in a cardboard box. After I cut them, I just put them facing up, just so they can get the air and those sugars and starches. That's what it does. It's not rotten at all. It don't stink. And the eyes are, look, they're nice and green. But yeah, that's one of the red potatoes. Like I said, we have red, purple, and Yukon golds. But I guess we're going to talk about the lighting system right now, but then I'll have to take everything. I'll have to take the camera with you. I'll move everything around. But we can talk about compost. Our compost is, I lost my paper. Give me a second here. Yeah, I remember. I got a squeaky chair. I just could have sworn to God that thing was right there. Who knows? But anyhow, I guess talking about compost, I guess to go back to yesterday when I put the hay on there, my mother-in-law Letty asked me, she said, I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna get some hay and I'm putting it on my, I'm gonna rototill it in. That's not really the purpose I was getting at. That's for my garden. I mean, I know how much acreage I have. I know how much land I have. I know kind of how my soil gets amended and how it uses, that all depends on your soil. If you have clay soil and, adding compost to a clay soil is gonna aerate it. Also, it's gonna amend it with its fertilizers. Its natural nitrogen and all the fertilizers that a compost has. But in my particular case, in my garden, I know that I'm putting it in, and I was only putting a thin layer down. There wasn't. I mean, it may look like I was mounting it up, and I said I was throwing it all over. I was throwing it all over, but I was making sure it was just thin, the whole coverage. Nothing, just a thin layer. You weren't trying to put your top cover on, but like I said, but you really have to pay attention, because putting hay into your soil, that to me tells that I'm going to be adding nitrogen, and it's going to, I'm not adding nitrogen, I'm adding something that is going to deprive my soil of nitrogen. Sorry. But yeah, so the hay, I know as much to put on. I can till it into my soil, and I know in a month and a month and a half, 2 months from now, it's going to be tilled into my soil, and it's only going to be a thin amount, and it's going to decompose, and to decompose, it's going to use nitrogen, so it can deplete your soil of nitrogen. So, but if you let it amend itself and let it compost in, it turns into fertilizer, and it's not depleting, it's not still using up the nitrogen, because that's what it takes to decompose it. So if that was a little more of a specific answer, or a reason why I do that, like I said, I know in 2 months that little bit of hay is going to be decomposed, and I won't even be able to tell it's in there. I mean, maybe a couple of those strands here and there, but for the majority, the 90% of it that's in there, it's going to be already gone. And by the time I get my plants to go in, they're going to be, the soil's going to be, it's going to be rich, and that the hay is going to do nothing but help it, because it's going to be compost. So with that, I just wanted to talk. And I guess with your compost, you have your bacterias are aerobic bacterias are the bacteria that is in a compost pile. That's why that's what breaks down everything, your aerobic bacteria. Now, if your compost pile goes anaerobic, that means it lost all its moisture. The bacteria is not eating it anymore, so it's just gonna, it's gonna turn dormant is what it's gonna do, and you're not gonna get compost out of it, because it's not gonna, because most people have a hot compost pile. That's why a lot of people you see composting, they'll take a temperature gauge out there, and when they cover it, and they'll uncover it, and it's steaming. It's on a nice warm, cool day, and it's steaming, and it's because it generates. That's what generates the aerobic bacteria. So, but anyhow, enough with that. I mean, I like I said, I'm not a scientist, and that's just stuff that I picked up through, information passed down to me, is how I kind of took it. I hope I kind of broadcasted out there a little better than I did yesterday. I think yesterday some people took it as I was, mounting her in there, and it was, I'm just going to grind it up in there, and, but that's kind of how I presented it, but that's not how I portrayed it, how I do it at all. It's just, I know my soil is going to be, in 2 months, it's going to amend itself. So, that's why I did the hay. So, if you're going to do the hay, you really got to pay attention to what your soil is. You don't want to wait, 2 weeks before you're going to go plant and go grind it in and think it's going to be gone, because then you're going to be, your soil's going to already be depleted of nitrogen, because the hay is going to suck up the nitrogen. So, it's really kind of, like I said, it's with gardening, it's kind of a hit and miss thing. It's not a gimme. It's a trial and error. Everybody makes mistakes. I make mistakes every day. So, but on to the next thing here. Our trees, we got 2 peach, a plum, and 2 nectarines. We got to plant them yet. I guess that's coming down the pike. I was going to plant them today, but I guess going into the next subject, it kind of ties in with, geez, I up in there blew them plants over, went out, oh, blow hard. It ties in with the weather. Like I said, today was cold. It was rainy this morning. It was hard rain. So there is really no outside work. I mean, unless you were a duck or a goose or something, then you probably had something to do. Probably liked it out there, I would think. I'm sure Bud's liked it out there. No, I know he didn't, because I let him out a couple of times and he'd come back in very soon. I get so off a topic. Hope everybody's having a great day, you know, and I guess I want to throw another shout out to everybody that's, you know, joining the channel, commenting. I want to shoot that, you know, that single seed challenge. I'd like everybody that watches to try it, you know. Like I said, it's nothing, but back off topic again. So, but Thursday's weather is going to be 34 during the day, so that's pretty close to freezing. I think it's supposed to be kind of rainy and actually snow. Then at night, actually tonight, they're calling for a chance of snow, which I don't, you know what I mean. We'll get snow, but it's not going to stick. I mean, it's 2 days it'll be gone, 3 days, I think. Thursday 34, but at night 19. That's great. Hopefully everybody just goes to bed early and we just kind of pass through that night, Thursday. And then Friday's 37 degrees during the day and 21 at night. And then after Saturday, Sunday, Monday, it starts warming back up. It's like Saturday, it's 48 during the day and 37 at night. So it's gonna, and then high 37s. I'm talking at night. The next probably week. High, you know, low 40s. During the days, it's going to be 50s. So hopefully it warms up a little bit and doesn't rain, so we can get some other stuff in. So, but yeah, back to the trees. So I'm hoping to get the trees in. I got the apple trees and the pear trees in last week there. I should have did all of them at once, but I didn't. I should have did them the other day. I should have, would have, could have, you know. But I guess, you know, we have other things. My main focus up here was our grow room. Get that ready to go. You know, that's main concern right now. Get our plants going and keep them healthy. And yeah. So, but yeah, that's about all I got today, I think. Oh no, I don't. I gotta show you I guess I gotta take down my setup here. And not to wreck everything. Look at those guys. Wanda, Billy, Fedora. Triplets. Oh, quadruplets here. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll just let them grow. I picked one the other day. I felt bad. Then I didn't. So, but you guys seen that before. This is, you got another drop down light. So we have 2 lights on these. Each row gets its own light here. First level. Let's see if we can't flop this thing up. And I just got to say, like I said, thank you to everybody, you know, joining the channel. Welcome. Don't be afraid to like. And if you're on YouTube, don't be afraid, you know, to get onto YouTube. Get on my channel, YouTube. It'd be under FarmerX _72. But here's our, and I just got this. I was gonna do an elaborate one downstairs. I have a tent downstairs actually. But I kind of wanted to do for the channel. I just wanted to kind of do a makeshift one, you know, something like I said. It's under the DIY. I guess I would call it a college closet greenhouse grow room. But it's just cardboard and tin foil, like I said, nothing. And these lights in here. And it just, I didn't tape it down yet because once I get it permanent, I'll tape everything down. And I just got two regular lights down there for these down at the bottom. And the LEDs are there. There's all our peppers. There's some more peppers. I think there's a lot of peppers down here. I wanted to keep the peppers under there. You got a fan here. That hangs down below here. That hangs on one of these one of these hooks here, and they potato down. Yeah, so there's a fan for that. Oh, actually, that fan was for the upper one here. That was for upper. That goes up right up. It just sets right where it is. And then this fan over here. Ooh, here we go again. Sophie. Yeah. Here's the heater back here. And here's my fan for this side. I didn't enclose this side. Figure I'll let the heat. Yeah, it's just a... I did that just for you guys. Like I said, I have a whole thing downstairs, but I just didn't want to get into it. I want to see how I could do a little makeshifting. Nah. So, but yeah, I'll put that all back together once I get it. Like I said, I gotta beat the timer. Let me see if I can put you back over here real quick without wrecking everything. And then we'll give you our, if you're in the movie business, this will be our outro. Pull you back up here, get you in frame. All right. Yeah, like I said, it was a crappy day, so we didn't get a whole lot. We got a lot of inside work done today, so. But yeah, that's the greenhouse, or the grow center, the epicenter of swamp donkey gardening, right here in front of me. So, but I guess coming down the pike, like I said, is our trees. We'll get out there and we'll have you join along with the tree planting. Planting our potatoes. That'll be, like I said, I'm waiting for the weather here so my soil's not mush. I don't want to be planting. I was gonna do them last week, and I should have did them. I rototill a spot up for them. I just didn't do it. I just ran out of time. Yeah, so potatoes will be hopefully this week. I think I said that last week too. But we're not in a hurry. You know, we're not in a hurry. Our beets, we're also getting them in. They're cold weather crops, so they'll be fine. Especially just seeds. And carrots. I think we're gonna do some. We have 2 or 3 sets of different seeds of carrots. I don't know what they are offhand, and I don't really want to reach up and get them. So, but we're gonna throw some of them seeds in and see if we can get a couple nice days in a row, very decent days in a row where it's not freezing. Throw them in there and see if they can, because they take a while to germinate. So, I think they're all right too. I should start some of them in seed, but I don't think I want to. And I got a confession. That is my favorite vegetable in the garden is garden carrots. That's my absolute favorite. And I guess we'll go worst or best to worst, and we'll just go through 3 or 4 of them. Carrots is my first. I love carrots. Beets, peppers. I mean the you know what I mean, common ones like that. So I guess it would be before peppers. It would be cucumbers. Then it would be probably peppers, and then 4th would be something like, I don't know. I know the last on the list is tomatoes. I don't like tomatoes. Ugh, they look so good, but I don't know. I like tomato sauce. But to eat a raw tomato, not for me. I know a lot of people eat it. I guess I gotta get a little story here, and I won't be going any longer. We had my vegetable stand. I had a farmer, an old farmer up the road, and I could set my clock by him between 7:30 8 o'clock. He would be at the vegetable stand, he would buy 4 tomatoes, and it didn't do it every day, but I would say at least 4 times out of the week, out of the 7-day week, at least 4 times he was there, guaranteed. I would wait for him in the mornings, and he would buy 4 tomatoes, and he'd say, I'll have 1 on the way there. So at 8 o'clock in the morning, he eats them like an apple. He would have 1 on the way there, 2 at lunch, and then 1 on his way home. That was his lunch, was 2 tomatoes, and he ate them like apples. You know, so a lot of people like it, and they say that the soil around here is good for growing tomatoes because it just has the, like I said, it's 75 years of cow poop, you know, and whatever weather, and you know, just raised in. And yeah, down at the bottom of my lower yard is where they used to cross. I'll bring some pictures up one of these times. I'll throw them up on my site. Yeah, on Swamp Donkey Gardening there. I'll throw them up there. But I remember as a kid coming by there, and they had these big yellow gates, and they would swing across Rosalie Road, both sides of the road, and they would let the cows there for probably 100 cattle, and they'd let them from one field to the other, or back and forth, or whatever we're gonna do, milk them, or you know, whatever. Yeah, that's a reminiscence. So, but yeah, but the raised beds, planted potatoes, beets, carrots, that's coming down the pike. A couple more things. Like I said, we're going to do the raised beds probably tomorrow or the next day, depending when the forms come in. Yeah, that's what we got. So with that, we're gonna wrap her up on Wednesday, March 31st. We're gonna go April 1st tomorrow. So hopefully the things for the raised bed come in, and that's what we'll get on to tomorrow. So with that, have a great evening, everybody. See you later.